I had a dream that I was at the doctor's office and he told me there was something wrong with my brain and he told me it was right there.
Yeah.
It was like just on the surface right there. Well, I went home and took a hole saw on a drill and took a chunk of the side of my head out, and then I was using a mirror to look at my brain. Like I could see my brain in there. No blood and no pain. That should have been a
indication.
Yeah. Indication. When I was looking at my brain, I was like, I just don't see what he's talking about in there. That was a melatonin dream.
Yeah.
Today we're digging into haunted cemeteries across the U.S. because apparently rest in peace is more of a suggestion than a guarantee. From whispering in the shadows to ghostly apparitions hiding behind crooked headstones, we're unraveling the eerie paradox of cemeteries that are anything but peaceful. Why do some spirits...
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Why do some spirits linger, and what goes on at these cemeteries with the living? Hey there, listeners, and welcome back to Fear and Flame Podcast. I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Mason.
What?
And today we're talking about some of the most haunted cemeteries in the U.S. So strike a match, light a candle, and settle in. This one is sure to ignite some fear.
I don't think it's fair that we make the no longer living rest in peace. What if I don't want rest in peace? What if I want to be an active dead?
You don't want to have peace?
Yeah, what
I
if
feel like I would want to have peace, but
ain't nobody
rest and party.
Yeah.
Rest in purgatory.
Oh, dang. Dad,
he speaks for...
We're going to go let's just go way dark. Let's start it out way dark.
It's not that bad, you know?
At the end of this episode, we're going to talk about, I think I have 4 cemeteries.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, you guys got to let me know what cemetery you want to be buried at.
Okay.
Out of these 4.
I don't want to be buried.
Who's
okay.
Please don't put me under
He wants
dirt.
to burn.
Yeah, I hate dirt.
What's your issue with dirt?
Deal with it every day.
Yes, that's true. I guess that is your job.
You wouldn't rest in peace with you in the ground.
Do you want to be cremated, Mason?
No.
You want to be buried?
No, and get rid of all this? No.
He's really looking forward to
We need
pour
to
some
wrap
worms
these.
with his body.
Yeah. We need to make sure I'm preserved.
We'll freeze you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now you can do the one thing where, I don't want to be like in a cemetery. Just chop my head off and throw me in the ice
Just
box.
Disney style.
Yes, and leave me there. And then, maybe I'll get, a cyborg body or something.
In the future?
Yeah. I think that's what they're about.
What if they Warhammer 40K you and, bring you back just to torture you for the rest of your existence?
You know what? And I kind of deserve that. if that's the length that I'm willing to go to survive, then sure, yeah, whatever. You know.
Let's start with
Disney.
Our first cemetery. This is the St. Louis Cemetery, number 1 in New Orleans, Louisiana. So just outside of the French Quarter lies New Orleans' oldest cemetery, dating back to 1789. It originally began as an above-ground and below-ground cemetery. However, due to the possibility of floating, them not wanting any bodies to be floaters, all of the graves went to above the ground. So the designs of the tombs very much look like little houses, with many family generations being buried together. They're nicknamed the Cities of the Dead, and the cemetery is infamous for paranormal activity, with ghost sightings, phantom voices, and cold spots reported. So because of the area it's in, it flooded a lot, and bodies would be floating on the streets.
It's haunted.
Yeah.
It's bad, I'm sure. If I were to bet on the one cemetery that's the most haunted, it's the one just a few blocks off of Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be crazy that you're in the middle of it's Katrina or whatever?
To flood people's bodies.
And it's just down the street. You're trying to pack up all your stuff, and there goes Grandma Irene.
In their coffin.
Yeah.
We love Grandma Irene.
Do we grab her, or do we have time? Or?
Do we have time to
see what's the time frame looking like here?
That's just the circle of life.
You know? But it'd be an effective flotation device.
Yeah.
What do they do after, though? Do you think they have to rebury everyone? If all the coffins they find? Or they just go to the river?
I'm sure it depends on who finds the casket.
If they're lucky, maybe they just fall back in with the tide. And you got the have to worry about it. But
is the final resting place of Marie Laveau, the legendary voodoo queen of New Orleans, whose spirit is said to still walk among the tombs in a white dress and red head wrap, listening to those who leave offerings and whisper wishes at her grave. Born in the early 1800s as a free woman of color, she was a powerful spiritual figure who blended Catholicism with voodoo, working as a healer, root worker, and advisor to people across all classes. Her influence was so strong that that politicians, judges, and even priests feared her. Stories say she held public rituals at a Congo square, kept a pet snake named Zombie, and knew everyone's secrets, thanks to her work as a hairdresser in wealthy homes. Local legend says if you draw 3 X's on her tomb, spin around, and knock 3 times, she might grant you a favor. Though this ritual is now banned due to vandalism, she's far from the only ghost at this cemetery. But she's one of the main ones that people would come and visit. And before they banned it, because so many people were vandalizing the graves, they would all go and do that little ritual. I think they put stuff on her grave too, probably money or whatever else, to try to see if she would grant them a wish, I guess, basically. But a favor is the word they used.
she sounds hilarious, because if I knew I was about to go out and I was like a really, like, everybody thought of me as a very, like, high spiritual figure, 100% I'd be like, yeah, you gotta, like, cut your toes, spin around 3 times, do a cartwheel, and
just completely embarrass
some
yourself.
break dancing, and I may come talk to you, maybe. Be hilarious.
Everyone has to give their hottest dance move on my
Yes.
floor. And see
They've got to break it down.
Whoever break it down on the tombstone.
Whoever
Dirty dancing
I
style.
determined to be.
just completely
grant a
embarrass
favor.
themselves. Yeah,
God.
it's a smart move for
She
sure.
had drip too. She was rocking the all white, like,
With the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
she was very smart because she was a hairdresser. She went into rich people's homes and heard all the things. She did a lot of things,
Yeah.
I think. So she kind of just knew things about everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she used that to play
Like, she
a lot
could have
of
been
her-
BSing, but if not, then like.
Yeah, she could have been BSing, but if she was, everyone was going to believe her because she knew everything about everyone.
Yeah.
So the next one is Sailor Henry Vines, which was buried in the wrong tomb after a shady landlord sold his rightful plot. Reportedly, he wanders the grounds still searching for his family vault, while a kind spirit named Alphonse is known to warn lone visitors not to walk the cemetery alone. I read something saying he will take visitors by the hands and lead them out of the cemetery.
White knighting.
I guess maybe he was just trying to help people out. Like, oh, you better get out of here. Let me help you out before you get the evil spirits.
Whatever J. Cole said. Yeah.
Shadow figures are another thing that happens at this. They're sudden pushes and unexplainable phenomenon that are common with paranormal investigators that claim that the area practically hums with energy. Even in modern times, the lore continues. Actor Nicolas Cage famously bought a bizarre white pyramid tomb in the cemetery for his future burial, only adding to the cemetery's interest. Today, access is limited to guided tours in an effort to protect its fragile history, but the legends of the restless dead remain ever present. It's hilarious that Nicolas Cage has that tomb. A lot of people have a lot of conspiracy theories about Nicolas Cage. I'm assuming you've probably heard some of these, but that he's lived for such a long time.
Yeah, I've heard the one.
And that he actually knew Marie Laveau, and they kind of like worked together so that he could continue living. And he wants to be in the same area as her. I guess that pyramid, people say that he goes to it to like re-energize himself or something weird, so he can keep living longer.
He comes off as the kind of guy that would do
That would be a vampire?
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, dude, I'd love to be death mates with Nicolas Cage. I mean, that'd be awesome.
Imagine how much it probably costs to be able to be buried in this cemetery, though,
Oh,
right?
I'm sure it's insane.
I would think so. Like if he bought a huge, because it's above ground, some pyramid.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it was inspired from one of the movies he's been in.
Could
Or
be a very Nicolas Cage thing
yes,
to do.
yeah.
Is that he's going to base his entire, where he spends the rest of his eternity on one of his.
What are they called, the movies that he's in? Where they explore like the Declaration of Independence and stuff?
When he steals the Declaration of
Yeah, what is
Independence.
that called?
Oh God, what is that movie called?
I can't think of it. Nicolas Cage.
I can't remember.
So many people would be disappointed in me for not knowing that
I
right
don't
now.
remember either.
And he did play Ghost Rider, so just put
Yeah,
That is true.
he did. National Treasure.
National Treasure.
Yeah.
So it probably has to do with National Treasure, and that's why he has the pyramid too. This was just a visitor, a testimony from a paranormal tour that happened. It says, I was on a guided tour with a group around dusk. When we reached Marie Lavue's tomb, I felt an intense cold spot surround me, like stepping into a freezer. Suddenly, I saw a figure in a flowing white dress with a red scarf slowly move between the vaults. I blinked, and she vanished. Later, our guide told us many people see her spirit at that time. So people are just seeing Reed going about all the vaults.
I wonder if we can find a way to capitalize on cold spots from spirits.
So many people experience
That
them,
sounds like
don't they?
free AC to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we could surround enough dead bodies into the ground and produce enough coolness, we could probably get some pretty sick freezers for like barely. You'd save all the money on a compressor.
Also, you think about saving the planet. Like, that's how we save the planet right there.
Mass genocide. We will kill
That was a different way.
in
That was
order
a
to
different
cool
way.
the earth. You know, and it would work. Whether you want it that way or not, it will have the effect you're looking for, yes.
Oh, yikes.
I wonder if I could steal something from a grave and keep it in the truck during the summers.
And just kind of let it cool it down. You don't have to
Let's
try.
not do that, maybe. Live right next to a cemetery. You can go try after this. Our next one is Stoll Cemetery.
How's your AC bill? God, I wish I got that faster. Alright.
There's Stoll Cemetery in Stoll, Kansas. It's hidden in the nearly forgotten town of Stoll, Kansas. It's a small graveyard with a heavy reputation. Known in urban legend as one of the 7 gateways to hell, Stoll Cemetery has been the center of chilling rumors since the 1970s. Stories of satanic rituals, witches, and supernatural portals buried beneath the Kansas soil. According to local lore, the devil himself appears there twice a year, on Halloween and the spring equinox, using a now sealed stone staircase said to descend directly into hell. One of the most disturbing legends involves a man who was found dead under suspicious circumstances in the 1800s. Reportedly, burned alive in a field near the cemetery, an event often tied to the area's dark spiritual beliefs. Making the story even more eerie, a long-standing rumor claims that when Pope John Paul II visited the U.S., he specifically requested that his plane not fly over Stoll, avoiding the cemetery's airspace altogether, allegedly because of its unholy reputation.
It sounds like a great place to bury family members you weren't big fans of. You know?
That is so rude to do.
I'm just saying. If there's somebody that you really
are going
didn't
to
like,
hell, I'm going to put you somewhere that's close.
you know, like a really terrible ex-wife or something, you know? You know?
Oh.
Not because like you can't prove that anything's gonna happen, you know, but
You're betting.
you know, it could
I
be
mean,
nothing.
the devil's going to be here on Halloween and
It could be nothing.
spring, so.
You put her there, she'll be.
You may be gone anyway, but yeah.
365 days.
You know? I mean,
Oh, that's pretty messed up.
God,
I hope you feel a little guilty about that statement.
it's all right.
And now
You have to put
demolish.
me there.
This is the cemetery Mason picks at the end. So
Yeah,
I don't think I'll go to
I'll
Kansas.
take gate number 7. To hell. That'll be my preference.
I hear the wait times.
Yeah, it's supposed to be less crowded.
And now demolished stone church once stood in the center of the graveyard, said to be immune to rain inside its walls and used for dark rituals. Even though much of the legend is rooted in local myths and college town folklore, the fear around Stoll persists. Authorities now strictly prohibit trespassing, but that hasn't stopped thrill seekers and paranormal investigators from trying to glimpse what's left behind the gates, all wondering what still stirs in the heart of Kansas.
I think we should go. That's not
That
that
one's
far.
closer to us than there's also some in Illinois that we'll talk about later. Wouldn't be a
I think
terrible
we have
drive.
to go to Illinois.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like second to Kansas, I guess.
I've never been to Illinois, I don't think.
I think I've been through Illinois.
Yeah. I just know I don't want to go back to Mississippi. That's if I never step
Bad
foot in
choices in
again.
Mississippi.
No offense if you are from Mississippi, I just don't want to be around you.
Just to preface, Mason had a bad restaurant experience
was.
in Mississippi, so
It
that's
was
why
God.
he has this.
It's enough to write off a whole state.
seriously, it was like, and that's like one of my only experiences with the entire state, and unfortunately, it was negative. That, and I went to one of the probably few remaining gas stations with a condom dispenser. They're probably it's a dying breed, but it is still living in the great city.
Mississippi. Even more reason to not
God, man, that was yeah.
go.
Don't plan on making any vacations.
We have a Reddit story that goes with this one. It says, "Stole cemetery. I thought I'd be safe in the car." Yeah, right. This happened in Kansas, yet again. My friends asked me if I wanted to go check this haunted graveyard out. It was like 25 to 30 minutes away from us, called Stoll Cemetery. It says it's the 8th gate of hell is what they say it is. In Stoll, Kansas. Yeah, no, was my response. And I was standing firm on that. But being kind of curious, I decided to Google it and see what it was about. So, legend has it, long time ago, a witch danced with the devil at this cemetery and a child was conceived. Sounds like they're doing a little bit more than dancing. They used to meet there every now and again by this tree. Well, when the baby was born, it was very deformed and it didn't make it, so they say it was buried at the tree. There was a church there at the time, but has been torn down since then. This church only has steps in it and they go straight down, and it is said that when you go down them, it only seems like 5 minutes. But when you come back, it's been like 5 days. Also, there is no roof, and when it rains, it falls off like there is a roof. They say there's more they say that happens, but you can Google it straight up.
And they thought, wow, what a great place for a cemetery. This will be a wonderful spot. Right here by the dead baby tree. And they just were like, yeah, it's a nice spot. We should also maybe have some homes nearby. A new bowling alley.
In an elementary school.
Exactly.
Sorry.
It's Kansas. We don't have many other options.
Yeah.
This is the one tree for this next 5 miles. We have to make it count. That makes me more skeptical of the story. Actually, there's not. I mean, how many big giant oaks are in Kansas? Like 12. You know, we could probably just buy product from lemonade.
Maybe
They didn't know.
Maybe.
They were just like, oh, it must be
Benefit of the doubt.
yeah, it must be the tree in the other county.
Okay. They said there's more they say that happens, but you can Google that yourself. So they were just saying if you want to know more, Google it yourself. Back to my terrible decision. One night after the best, just because that's the only bar they have. One night after the bar closed, I drove some girls back because I was DD. Just so you know, I was completely sober. Guess who was in our driveway? Yep, my 3 friends drunk and wanted me to drive them out there. I told them that I was tired and they needed to go pass out. Nope. They said, fine, we will just drive ourselves. Well, play that card. I can't let them do that because if anything happened, I would feel bad. So I said, fine, but I'm not getting out of the car. So I ran up to my room and grabbed sage and holy water. I figured, yeah, I'll be fine.
They just keep
The
it
fact that they said
Time to grab my sage, my holy water, my crucifix, my
they were
Greek and
awfully
Hebrew
prepared
Bible,
to not be
and we
going
will-
to this place. It's like 2:30 a.m. and off we go. We get to Stoll and have time to drive through this little quiet town where everyone is asleep. We get to the end of the town and we are on top of this hill that goes down and off into the dark. Now, off to the left is a trailer, a new church, and off to the right are these trees, the cemetery, and the old church. Now, in the meantime, these guys are getting kind of scared and we are talking about not going. Me. Yeah, nope, y'all made me drive out here. Someone's going in there. So we drive by first and it looks very creepy. Like goosebumps all over my body creepy. Now I'm like, where am I going to park? They said the tree line we passed had overgrown driveway, so I turned around to find it and back into the driveway where we are pretty much covered by trees now. They jump off, but run back because a car is coming. Here the sheriff drives by kind of slow. I figure they must have seen us come out this way. We wait and he just keeps driving and disappears over the hill. So there's probably always, my assumption is police or someone circling those cemeteries because they're
just keeping an eye on everything because they're popular.
Okay, so now they jump off and disappear in the corner of the trees and are gone. So I'm sitting here alone in the dark with music playing and of course smoking a cigarette. When I tell you, I get this bad feeling like someone was behind the car. My stomach dropped, all the hair on my body stood straight up, and I didn't want to look in the rearview mirror. Terror swept over my body, and I flipped the mirror up, light my sage, and when I grabbed my holy water, something hit the back of my car 3 times and shook the whole thing. I closed my eyes, started crying and praying. What if it was just one of their friends?
Yeah. Stacey
immediately starts crying.
Can we go home now? I'm hearing things.
Then here comes these 3 jumping in, telling me to peel out, saying no more. Off I go, no lights on, dust and grass flying all over the place. I didn't tell them what happened yet, but asked them what had happened to them. They said in the trees where I was parked, they heard something big, walking, breaking branches, and I heard a growling sound, and then a scream. They thought it was me, but I didn't scream. Mind you, this all happened within like 5 to 7 minutes. One of them were like, nah, go back, we didn't get to see anything. Aw, heck nah, are you serious? I never learned. So I was like, okay.
I know I was just praying for my sage in one hand and
holy water in the other.
And then you know what?
You say that, but
Drunk
talking
best
about
friend.
the peer pressure, Mason would 100% like, okay.
Let's see.
Like, let's go back. Be a lot cooler if you did. And then like, well, the sage is still burning.
I've got a little left.
I've also got 2 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll make it happen.
So I'm going to park by the church across from the cemetery, and I'll be safe and can see everything this time. I pull in and park, church behind me, cemetery across the street. I'm good. They grab a flashlight and tell me, we will flash you 3 times to let you know we are okay. Okay, bet. So off they go, run across the street and through a hole in the fence. Now I see them go back towards the tree line and disappear into the dark. So I'm looking around to make sure no cars are coming, because the sheriff never came back yet and would probably be checking out the cemetery. So the old church sits on top of the hill and the headstones are all over below it. My friends ran to the right and on the left going up the hill. I see someone climbing up it and run behind the church. I said, dang, these guys are brave. They split up. Then from what looks like inside the church, through the windows, I'm assuming the windows are broke out and the door is gone, I see 3 flashes. So I flash them back with my headlight. All of a sudden, all 3 of them come running across the street, hopped in and said to get the heck out of there. I was so confused. They didn't say anything for the first 10 minutes, finally asked what had happened. They said they heard walking and talking in the cemetery, but couldn't tell where it was coming from. Then they see a tall black figure standing up by the church. Seeing me flash my lights and heard a scary scream again, got spooked and ran out. I said, wait, y'all didn't split up? No one ran around the back of the church and flashed me 3 times? They were all like, what are you talking about? So I told them what had happened the first and second time. It got all silent and I said, crap. They said something else. I thought I was going to be safe in the car. We got back to the campus around 5 a.m. and never spoke about it again. The stuff I get myself into.
What would you do? What's like the goal?
Yeah.
We already got like we're gonna see something.
Yeah.
I want to make eye contact with the 7-foot demon monster.
I really want to give it a chance.
No. I want to believe.
Flashlight.
I'll flash you 3 times. We'll make sure we got a good point of contact.
That actually meant you can come on in. Come into my car. We just have 2 more cemeteries. This next one is Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia.
It's an interesting name.
Yeah. I think
Like a
that's how
water
you
park.
pronounce it. It does look like a water
Wait,
park.
say it one more time. I didn't even.
Is it Bonaventure Cemetery? Bonaventure? Bonaventure?
Probably Bonaventure, but it sounds like Bone Adventure.
Yeah.
Bonaventure.
And actually, that's
It's
what a
pretty
cemetery
accurate.
is.
Yeah,
So
that's good. Hang around. Look at that one, kids.
another bone. You wouldn't believe
all
it.
funny
They
looking.
actually, those places where they take for you to mine or like dig up archaeological digs or
They do
whatever.
that, but for dead people.
That's what the Bonaventure
You gotta
Cemetery is.
You gotta dig. I think that'd be a fun kids activity. Hey, let's go to this field and see if we can find any.
I got a femur.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that could
Okay, yeah, definitely we're just kidding about that. Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia is a Southern Gothic landmark that blends art, history, and paranormal all in one. Established in 1846 on the grounds of a former plantation, Bonaventure is famous for its grand Victorian tombs, weeping angel statues, and live oaks dripping with Spanish moss. Though it's a place of serene beauty by day, legends say the cemetery comes alive after dark. One of its most famous spirits is Gracie Watson. Gracie was the only child of W.J. and Frances Watson. Her father was the manager of the Pulaski Hotel, one of Savannah's most prominent establishments at the time. Gracie was known throughout the city for her joyful spirit, bright personality, and charm, often entertaining guests in the hotel lobby where she became something of a local celebrity. Tragically, she died of pneumonia just 2 days before Easter in 1889. A sudden loss that devastated the local community. In her memory, her grieving parents commissioned a life-size statue carved by artist John Waltz, using a photograph of Gracie as a model. The result is a hauntingly accurate and lifelike sculpture, so realistic that it's unsettling to some visitors. Her grave and statue were originally in the family plot, but as the hotel was sold and the family moved away, Gracie was left behind, adding to the feeling that her spirit may still linger. Visitors claim her statue sometimes cries real tears, and some have heard the sound of a child laughing or weeping near her grave. Others have reported phantom figures, strange lights, and ghostly whispers among the marble pathways. Bonaventure gained even more fame after being featured in the novel Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, solidifying its place in pop culture and drawing thousands of ghost hunters and curiosity seekers each year. Despite its elegance, many believe it is a thin veil between the living and the dead.
If somebody made a very realistic statue of me and people called it uncanny or terrifying, I'd be haunting somebody.
Yeah, that's definitely a reason
You know what
to
I
come
mean?
back and
Like it's like,
Do
oh,
people
okay.
usually move? So if they're moving, do people usually dig up family members and move them
No.
with them?
no,
No, not typically.
So that's what I thought was interesting because people were like, "Oh, they left her there. Like that's why she's so sad."
I think
I just
that,
don't feel like
yeah.
people usually move.
Yeah.
I think when you hit the dirt, that's
Like we're usually, I
That's
think
you.
there's probably some cases where that happens, but I feel like it would be rare to move.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
seems
also
more disrespectful than
Yeah.
taking them with you like they're
like,
like
oh
your
well.
grandma's kindness set or
We
whatever.
know that you were a big fan of, the small town living, Grammy, but we went ahead and got you a plot in Big Apple. That's where
We're moving to New York. You're coming with us.
Yeah, that
You know.
seems more like you're begging for issues than
Yeah.
What it is sad though.
Don't move me. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Do you want us to get a life-size statue of you?
I mean, if you're not gonna call it creepy, yeah, that'd be.
with what we'll be able to pay, it's
Yeah.
probably going to be
If
a
it's-
little uncanny.
Like,
Your eyes might be a little bit wonky, but
if it's. I mean,
what age do you want to be featured as?
I don't know.
The
Just don't make
cheaper,
me
a
D-Wade
baby would be a
statue.
lot cheaper
That's
if we
true.
did you as an infant. So
That's true.
it wouldn't be as uncanny, maybe.
Maybe if I was like what's a good middle ground? Maybe like me when I was like 8. I'd look
Okay.
at good. I think I was nearing about 4 or something.
That seems
It
more.
seems like we could afford that.
That would make me more uncomfortable.
A
I
child
think.
me.
Yeah.
That it was a full
Like if
grown
he
man.
dies at 75.
It's a full life.
like 80
there's
years
an
old
old
and
man
there's
in
a
the
child
grave.
He made-
statue.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It was that 8-year-old.
He always loved being a child.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? You could call it uncanny then. If you guys did that, that's fair. That's
You
fine.
can be terrified.
Yeah, you could be like, oh, that's a little odd.
And then they'll be doing the dance moves in front of
Mason, he was a little
the
weird.
8-year-old
Yeah,
statue.
you gotta do a break dance in front of little Mason there.
What would have been when you were 8? Probably.
Oh, God.
But Crank That Soldier Boy.
Break that soldier boy for little Mason, and he'll grant you a wish.
Soldier boy, I'm faded. Running, crank it, running. Running, crank that soldier boy, then Superman. Now running, crank that soldier, now running.
What toys did you like? They can bring you toys. Did you
Yeah.
like Bakugans, right?
I was a fan, yeah.
Why I
was a
liked
fan.
Bakugans.
We were both fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Beyblades and stuff like
Beyblades
that. If
were
they
big.
could make it rip on my grave.
Yeah, if they built like a cement
Like a tournament,
Beyblade arena.
Yeah, if we could do that,
That'd
forget
be
the
pretty
statue.
sick.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
That would definitely attract me to the cemetery.
Yeah.
You'd be out there
Good.
playing.
Let her rip! You know,
Ripping one
I
out
would-
from Ace.
I would be doing it. You know, I wouldn't be resting. I'd be practicing, man.
It would be a tournament. You
I would.
against the living.
I'd decide who I wanted to win, and I'd mess with it. You know, I'd rig it.
You could
Oh,
totally
yeah.
rig it.
No, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna build anything, you know, I think we've got a good plan.
Okay, this is our last and my favorite cemetery. This is supposed to be the most
Where we're burying
haunted.
you.
And they even say it's the most haunted in the world. One of the most haunted in the world. Not just
Really?
the US.
But doesn't
That's
quite make
interesting.
the gates of hell, huh?
I guess it's not a gate of hell, but it's probably pretty close.
It would seem to me that the really haunted cemeteries would probably be in like Europe or
Yeah,
the
there's
ones that have
probably
had people
more.
in them.
yeah,
like-
for thousands of years. Yeah,
Instead of
Yeah,
just like
we
a
don't have as
century or
many
two.
people that have been here that long.
Yeah, it's why I think that's why people always get like, oh, the native burial grounds, because it's like it's the only ones that have been here since like George Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Has
such
been
a
around.
stigma against or surrounding it. Not only because people just had harsh beliefs about Native Americans, but also I think because they have been here so
Well,
long.
and then they had like cultural differences and stuff like that. Whereas like we as white people have been doing the same thing for like years.
Yeah.
Give them a rock and throw them in there.
You ready for it?
Heck
This
yeah.
is called Bachelor's.
That's where white's gone.
Yeah,
he's so funny.
Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Midlothian, Illinois. So this is
Illinois.
the Illinois one.
Okay.
Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, tucked away in the woods of Midlothian, Illinois, is infamous not only for its creepy atmosphere and reported hauntings, but also for the dark and sinister legends that surround it.
And its lonely feelings.
Yeah.
Forever alone.
Sense of
Alone in
existence
life
of
and
dread.
alone in death.
You know.
You're isolated.
God, what a terrible way to go. You know.
Originally established in the 1830s as a small family burial ground, the cemetery fell into neglect by the early 1900s and became engulfed by dense forest and swamp, creating an isolated and unsettling environment. Sorry, I forgot isolated was actually in there. Over the decades, it has become a hotspot for paranormal activity. Shadowy figures, glowing orbs, phantom steps, and the chilling presence of the oh-so-called White Lady, who is said to roam the grounds, mourning lost children. I'm sorry, that's so funny. I don't know why. The White Lady who mourns her lost children. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The eerie stories don't stop there. Locals have long whispered about satanic rituals performed deep in the woods around the cemetery, with reports of strange symbols drawn on the trees, ritual fires, and disturbing artifacts found among the underbrush. I actually watched a video about this. And there's a man who helps take care of the cemetery now, so keep it cleaned up and everything. And he said that they will still see dead animals hung on trees or placed all the around the grave sites in ritualistic ways. That is supposed to be locked down and no one's supposed to be able to get into it. They have people patrolling everything too. But apparently satanic rituals still happen to this day there. You'll see little pictures of people. It looks like they're trying to put curses on folks. And
If I was a local, one of my favorite pastimes
it's always
would be
this.
it would just be
If I-
going.
Always.
You know what I mean? It'd be going and a couple scares. No, probably not. Probably not. You know, some little stick pentagrams in the ground and maybe stack some rocks or something
Your
like
new
that.
pastime would be making stick relics to
Yeah.
put in the.
What else is there to do?
Just to
in
mess
Illinois?
with, just to mess with anybody, you know, like, I know what I'm doing today.
Free days. I'm sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I got things
Guys,
to do.
I've got plans. Anyways, watch the news tonight.
Mason's gonna be in prison
I've got some
for all the
plans.
out-of-pocket things he said tonight. Adding to the dark mystique, there are also persistent rumors that their area surrounding Bachelor's Grove was used as a mafia dumping ground during the Prohibition era and beyond. Bodies were hastily buried in unmarked graves or hidden among the swampy marshes. The dude in the video literally said, "People would swim with the fishies." I was like, okay. The violent past is often linked to the restless spirits that is said to haunt the site, fueling the cemetery's reputation as a place where the veil between the living and the dead is dangerously thin. The combination of natural decay, tragic history, and tales of occult activity have made Bachelor's Grove a magnet. It is said to be completely closed off at night, and if anyone is caught around the area after dusk, you'll be arrested. So they don't even play around with it. Like, you're going to jail if we see you there.
Yeah.
Something else the guy said is supposedly there is a dog man or like a werewolf type figure.
Heck yeah.
So they think the surrounding woods has a lot of things going on. It's not just like ghosts at this actual cemetery, but like wolfman, satanic rituals, all the things. So it's supposed to be
Very
pretty
diverse
legit.
neighborhood.
Yeah, very diverse. Like if this is the cemetery you want to be
Yeah.
at.
If you want action in the afterlife,
You
This
don't
is
want
the
peace,
spot.
you want the party. Here it
yes.
is.
If you're rested in you know, purgatory, that's your that's your spot right there.
I have one little story to go with this one, and then that's all I have left. So this one is another Reddit story. It doesn't have a user's name either. It's called Bachelor's Grove, My Experience. I visited the cemetery with a couple of friends in the spring of 2017. We arrived there around 6:30 p.m., parked at the small lot across the road from the cemetery, and made our way over. I was in a photography class at the time and brought a school-issue camera with me to take pictures. Walking into the cemetery felt somewhat overwhelming, like we had walked into a lively party where everyone suddenly went quiet and stared at us, even though we were the only ones there. I took some pictures in the cemetery, and after a while we decided to walk deeper into the woods. This would turn out to be a mistake. As the three of us walked along the creek, I couldn't shake the sense of unease that was settling in. Despite it still being pretty light out and due to it being early spring, the leaves hadn't yet grown back, so we could see pretty far in every direction.
Hold on, sorry.
You're good. Or is our thing out?
Really zoomed in for some reason.
That's gonna be sweet.
It wasn't that way a second ago.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like that. I mean, that was like where it was like literally me and Wyatt.
Yeah.
Skirts.
Yeah.
And that was it there for a little bit. So I don't know how long that's been going
okay.
on. But that'll be all
Hey,
right.
it's better than nothing. My camera's probably already out, so
It's scuffed. It's all right. You know, who cares? I feel like we're trying to get better, and for whatever reason, it doesn't.
It's just declining.
It's
Yeah,
getting
I feel like
worse.
we're getting worse. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Something that still creeps me out about this place is the lack of sound. I listened for the chirps and scurries of the wild animals, but the only sound in the woods was our footsteps in the leaves and the creek. My camera, fully charged, died a few times, and when I turned it back on, it still had full battery. We came across multiple round clearings in the woods. There are rumors of dark magic and rituals taking place here, so at the time I attributed it to that. There was a picnic bench in one of the clearings, and I took a picture of my friends on my cell phone, standing on the bench part. They were smiling when I took the photo, but when I looked at it, their faces were distorted.
It's like the Goosebumps book. You remember that?
Every time you take a
Yeah.
picture,
It was like skeleton.
The
closer they get to dying.
Oh, man.
it's like say cheese or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My female friend appeared sad or scared, while my male friend appeared angry, but they were perfectly fine. A few minutes after taking that picture, my phone mysteriously went missing, and we searched all over the area. We were still right by the picnic bench, so we figured it couldn't be far. Until the sun started to go down, and we realized we needed to get out of there. We ditched the phone, and my female friend managed to lead us out. As we were leaving, I saw a completely black shadow figure with a brimmed hat walking parallel to us, maybe 10 feet into the woods. He was walking through dense woods and made no sound. I have no idea why I didn't react to this in the moment. But when I asked my male friend about this later, he said he saw it too. When we got back to my house, some unfortunate events went down with my family that were most likely inevitable, but I think the energy I brought back certainly could have contributed. When I brought the camera to my room, the energy seemed to shift, and I saw several figures and anomalies as I scrolled through the photos. I deleted them all right then. Everything felt more normal after that, though the energy in my living room where the family things happened was off until we moved out. Even my completely skeptical mother admitted that the lighting looked wrong, / things felt off in that room after this. I'm still interested in haunted places and the paranormal, but this experience made me a lot more wary of things. So I think mostly it was just seeing the figure and the weird feelings they have afterwards.
No.
But creepy.
God. And if that's like a...
Everything to me that is scary about the cemeteries is the ritualistic stuff.
Yeah,
It's not the ghosts. It's not the actual dead people.
Stuff.
It's the occult stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah. I hate
That's what bothers me.
Freaking
ruining things.
devil worshippers. I can't wait to be
Devil
old.
worshippers. Just talk every single kid that looks different.
Be mad at every teenager.
Yeah. No good
Every
devil
one of 'em.
worshiping.
And they just
Pants down to your knees.
Yeah. I already hate that. I don't know what happened. You turn, like, I swear, it's you turn 20, you immediately have a disdain. You know what I mean? Gosh. And that story, too, what's crazy about that, I'm not crazy, but it's like, if that's a fake story, I love it because of how not fake.
Yeah, it seems very realistic.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
could-
super
It wasn't
crazy.
super crazy like the first one where there's something banging on their car, they're
Yeah.
crying, they automatically already have sage and holy water.
Yeah.
And they're immediately back on the scene. Ready to,
All right,
ready
let's
to
go
take 'em
back.
on. Round 3, let's go.
Ding, ding, ding.
We're going to take them once and for all. Me and my 3 blackout friends.
With their flashlights.
We will solve this mystery.
It's like Scooby-Doo.
Come on,
Yeah.
gang.
Literally.
God, yeah.
So pick a cemetery. Where
Not
you
the
at?
Hellgate,
So not Kansas.
for one. And who wants to be buried in Kansas anyway?
Who wants to do
Yeah.
anything in Kansas?
You know?
You know what I
So,
mean?
That's not number... I gotta say Nicolas Cage Cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me,
I was kind of
Nicolas
leaning
Cage.
towards the Nicolas Cage.
New Orleans.
And Mrs.
Mary LaVue.
Mary
Yeah.
LaVue. All right.
Right.
That'd be a great time.
I think that would probably be my option as well. Party city, you're still having fun.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
not
yeah.
isolated way out in the woods with
yeah.
all these creeps, freaking weirdos. I mean, they do rituals at Mary LaVue's grave, but it's like the
Yeah,
tricks.
it's like let's
Yeah.
like
Throw a
bust
penny
it
in,
down, see what happens. You
It's
know?
not like let me
Yeah.
sacrifice an animal and
Yeah.
No, it's
You know
like
what I mean?
you spin on your head 3 times. It's like
Yeah.
okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody might put some beads on your headstone every now and again. You know.
Yeah.
It'd be,
Yeah.
It'd be pretty lit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For
And,
sure.
dude. You'd be getting poured ones out all the time,
all the time.
every day.
Mostly
know,
on an accident,
Yeah.
probably.
All right, it is party city, you know, for the living and the dead. So, okay,
Absolutely.
all right. So,
Well,
I'm
any
taking
ending
that.
thoughts? Y'all have any ending thoughts?
It's weird that in the Bachelor,
I'm really surprised why I
Place.
didn't take the Bachelor Grove cemetery.
it picked him.
Just kidding.
It's weird that it's only a woman that walks
Yeah.
around, too.
It's just a woman mourning children, which is really sad. And the dude in the woods, and the dog man.
And the dog man.
But he's in the woods. I don't know that he's related to the actual
If he
cemetery.
might just be in the area.
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
just-
like a,
Just a local Sigma waiting for his chance to get buried in the Bachelor cemetery.
he's ready.
He wants to be there so bad.
He's ready. You know, he's preparing himself. So yeah, you know, and then, you know, maybe Nicolas Cage will visit my grave in the New Orleans one.
Yeah, I think you'd get a lot of people coming by to see Nicolas Cage, and just maybe they'd like
Yeah.
read your headstone. or-
Yeah.
You gotta think of some wild thing you want on your headstone to get
Yeah.
people to visit you. Pour one out for me is what you
Yeah.
guys would
Yeah.
say.
Let her rip.
Beyblade. Well, thank you so much for joining us in today's episode. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. We want to hear from you. Leave topic ideas in the comments or find our email in the description to send us your scary stories. Tell us what cemetery you want to be buried at. Find us here next time on Fear and Flame Podcast.
See ya.
Bye.
Hit like, subscribe, comment,
You know,
all the good stuff. We love
and
you.
let her rip.
We love you. Please keep commenting. We need engagement.